This is a special Salem News Channel presentation, Decision 24. And now, from the SNC News Desk in New York, here's Kevin McCullough.
And welcome to the continuing coverage of Decision 24. Kevin McCullough is my name from the News Desk in New York.
And the Decision Desk is ready to make a call. Donald Trump will win the vast majority of the delegates tonight for the Republicans. We should hear from both of the leading candidates. Let's go to Mar-a-Lago. Donald Trump now on the stage.
Super Tuesday for a reason. This is a big one. And they tell me, the pundits and otherwise, that there's never been one like this. There's never been anything so conclusive. This was an amazing night, an amazing day. It's been an incredible period of time in our country's history. It's been sad in so many ways, but I think it's going to be inspiring because we're going to do something that, frankly, nobody's been able to do for a long time.
All right, the lively crowd at Mar-a-Lago receptive to the president's victory speech. Big night for Team Trump. The Decision Desk now calling the Democratic primary in all places except American Samoa for Joe Biden. Let's go to the White House, where they have prepared a very special, one-of-a-kind intro for the president's victory speech.
My name is what? My name is who? My name is My name is what? My name is Slow Joe. My name is let me say another one. My name is Anyway. My name is what? What am I doing here? Joan, Shingang, I'm going to pronounce it right. Shanga Kawawa. I think I pronounced it correctly.
And to the White House, here's the victory speech by the president.
In fact, some of the small snack companies, you won't, and think you won't even notice what they're doing. When they charge you just as much for the same size bag of potato chips, only has a hell of a lot fewer chips in it. I'll tell you who did notice, the Cookie Monster. He pointed out his cookies are getting smaller, paying the same price. I was stunned when I found out that's what actually happened.
Okay, Joe. Personally, I think presidents should focus on national security. But now, from Times Square, it's the Kevin Show.
Somewhere in the bowels of the city that never sleeps
Kevin McCullough, radio host with Salem Media,
is a man also not sleeping.
Syndicated radio talk show host Kevin McCullough.
And that guy would like a word with you.
Many of you know him as Vostradamus.
Of course that Kevin Show is going to be great. The only thing that could be greater, of course, would be that Donald Show. But we don't have that, so we have that Kevin Show.
Featuring the music of Dick Tunney and the Dream in Color Orchestra. And tonight, Christian persecution around the globe. Dr. Joel Belkin. Simon Desk Weekend, sketch comedy from John Chris, and a not a parody film. Terry Sheffield predicts some motorhome prophecy. And for the first time ever, David Crowder in the spotlight. And now, from Times Square, where to help clean up the migrant crime issue, the governor of New York has hired 1,000 National Guard troops, 2,500 additional pizza rats, and all of the Haley for President campaign staff. Here's the
Welcome to the weekend. Kevin McCullough couldn't be happier than to have you with us. David, where'd they put my other one? I like the glossy black one with the white logo, but my favorite is the white one with the black inside and then the black logo on it. You don't, they didn't tell you.
If I find it, I'll get it to you.
It was here. I don't know. We've got plenty of both. Have you registered for your chance to win the very, very attractive That Kevin Show coffee mug? I might add, they do a fantastic job of keeping other things nice and toasty, like hot chocolate and tea and those types of things as well. If you'll send us your email, thatkevinshow@gmail.com, you can be registered to win one of these lovely mugs for yourself. And in fact, we're going to give one away tonight. We're giving one away every week for the entire year of 2024. So make sure you stick around. I think it's coming up in segment 4 tonight. Anyway, lots of stuff to get to. And yes, we're finally done with Nikki Haley, but we're not finally done yet with crazy, angry Joe, who evidently cannot for the life of him figure out how to say the word electoral. He kept promising how women were going to have electrical power.
And with all due respect, justices, women are not without electoral power.
Yeah. Electrical power.
With all due respect, justices, women are not without electoral power.
And when you really stop to think about it, he didn't show respect for women on the eve of International Women's Day. He didn't show respect for women at all, opening up with a big passage about Ukraine and then going on a tear that ended up with him calling Laken Lincoln.
Lincoln Riley, an innocent young woman who was killed by an illegal. That's right. But how many of thousands of people being killed by illegals?
That is just remarkably sad and disrespectful. But so was much of the speech. I mean, I don't know about you. I get kind of worn out when someone just yells at me for 90 minutes. And that's what I felt like he did to the whole country. And if you saw the still shots, okay, so MSNBC is never going to acknowledge that he had a bad night. Everybody else in the country acknowledges this was the most horrendous State of the Union address ever given. He was taunting the people from the stage. Oh, you don't like that, huh? Hey, what about that, huh? Did you like that, huh? I didn't like it. What's the matter with you? I mean, that's kind of, that was the speech. I just did it again. But since when do presidents, do you remember when Congressman Joe Wilson shouted out to Barack Obama, "You lie"? Remember that? And he had to, say he was sorry. And Barack Obama just kept on moving. Last night, it was like Joe wanted to get down in the gutter and do some fisticuffs with him. It's like he was dying to. And everybody on Friday started talking about how much energy he had. Well, if you give him enough Adderall and caffeine, he's going to have energy. But it didn't sound to me as though he was in command of his speech. It sounded to me like he was trying to read that thing off the prompter, and the speed was set about a half a mile an hour too fast. I was just my secretary. You're going to find out. Okay, I don't understand anything that you just said. And then much of the stuff that he did say was just patently untrue. So between the stuff that you did understand that was complete garbage, bouncing off the wall nonsense, and the coupled with him thinking for some reason, and I ask myself this question: why do you do what you do? Why do you start with Ukraine and do a whole opening passage about how that's the most important issue for us as a country? Do you know anybody on your block whose life is touched by the conflict in Ukraine? Now, you might. I was with some businessmen this week that, originally stemmed from Ukraine. They may have family, but that's less than 1% of all of the people in my entire world that I know. And to make that the overarching passage, when you're getting people now on social media that are posting receipts of a Happy Meal with a burger and fries and soda that's costing $25. We're not in Kansas anymore. Families are struggling. They go to the grocery store and they have a hard time buying cereal and milk. And that's all from this guy's policies. That's all from his war on domestic energy. That's all on the inflation. And he wants to make the food companies put more in the boxes and not raise the prices. Does he understand anything about, economic, how it works? It sounds to me like he doesn't. It sounds to me like he thinks that the government can just set prices and then that's going to be good for everybody, which it's never good for anybody. Because the reason that you have prices set by the companies that set them is because they need to be able to pay their bills too. It was the weirdest, most bizarre State of the Union I have ever seen in my life. No! We're coming right back.